but you too much, too little, yeah, too late. But you too much, too little, yeah, too late. But you too much, too little, yeah, too late. But you too much, I'm cool on that.
What's poppin'? It's your girl Sian back with another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to some negative reviews. Actually, it's not negative, it's critical reviews, but either way, I'm going to react to them. But before we get started, I just want to say this is nothing, meant to be like I can't take criticism because I can. It's no problem. But everybody has reactions to stuff, negative or positive. Don't take it like, oh, she can't take criticism. I can, but it be a lot of crazy stuff in these reviews sometimes. So I'm gonna just say what I gotta say and don't take it no type of way. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, the first review, 3 stars. Not that bad, but let's read it and see what he says. Great for a young author new to writing. This was a pretty good start for a new author. It kept me fairly entertained throughout. My biggest points of contention was the dialogue. It just didn't seem realistic to me. The arguments and the back and forth got old really quickly, and I found myself skipping pages towards the end of the book. What I really appreciated was about this boom though. Was the fact, oh, she meant to say book, y'all, was the fact that it was a standalone and it wasn't broken up into 7 parts. As an avid reader, that was greatly appreciated, and I will definitely be following this author. Thank you. I appreciate that. But let me address the part where she said that it wasn't realistic. The dialogue wasn't realistic, that is. Okay, I've gotten this a lot where people are like,
It's too much back and forth between the main characters.
Okay, that's cool if you think that. But just from what I've seen, and probably a lot of y'all have gone through but don't like to admit it, is that young couples, they fuss, y'all. I'm sorry, like, young couples fuss, especially when both of them have not grown up yet, but they call themselves wanting to be in love and wanting to be in a relationship. Arguments happen. A lot of back and forth happens because conflict resolution is not something that you're necessarily good at when you're like 21 or 20. So I put that in my books, and some people say it's unbearable, but I mean, a lot of y'all live their life though, so I guess you can't bear yourselves either. The second negative review says the book had its okays and lows. That should have said ups and downs. The type of I hate when people be like ups and bottoms. It's up and down. Okays and lows. It's highs and lows. But let me just keep reading. I enjoyed Miller and Jot in the beginning, but then I started skipping pages because I felt like their relationship was merry-go-round of boringness, make up the breakup crap. I didn't like how many other characters got jumbled up and confusing at times. Okay, what you said about the make up the breakup, same thing I just said before, that it happens in relationships. Like, it happens when people are young. They make up the breakup. That just be people life sometimes. I mean, now if that's happening when you in your 40s, then I would just let it go. But that happens in young relationships all the time. I don't pull this stuff out my backside. Okay, it's real. I understand what you're saying about the names. I understand that, because sometimes I get kind of confused because it's a family in my book, the Martell family, and they all of their names start with J's, so it can get confusing. Like sometimes I'll be like writing about Jury and I make a mistake and put Jemiah's name, and I'm like, oh wait, hold up, this not Jemiah, this is Jury. But girls, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, like once you get it though, you get it. But I get it. It's whatever. Okay, it's another 3-star review. The character is weak as hell. It's funny because I remember this review. This was my very first review. This was my very first one. I remember the day my book came out. I had went to sleep because I was up like the whole night. I was making changes to my book up until like a few hours before it came out. Then I turned it in, and Nicole was like, okay, I'm about to publish a book now. And I was like, yes, I could go to sleep. So I went to sleep, and I woke up to this review. And I was like, I know she didn't even read the whole book before she even said that. I know she didn't read the whole book. Like, because I woke up probably like a couple of hours after I went to sleep. And I'm like, it's only been like 5 hours. She didn't read this whole book because my book is 600 pages. That take a long time to read. When I'm editing my book and reading through it, it take me a whole day. So unless she like super reader over there, I know she didn't read the whole book. She probably just read the first argument and stopped reading and just determined that Camilla was weak, and she's not. Y'all have to realize that Camilla and Keem, they were not together in the beginning. So anything he was doing, it was whatever, because he had the right to do that. It's a lot of times where Camilla stood her ground. Y'all just overlooked that. So I don't know. It's an opinion that she's weak, but you didn't even read the whole book and you just established that she was weak. So whatever. Okay, so it's another 3-star review. I really enjoyed this book considering I'm from Baton Rouge and worked at a local college. I look forward to reading from this author. I hope there is a part 2. You ain't gonna tell me why you gave me 3 stars, or? Okay. Appreciate the review. Thank you. Okay, now I'm about to get into That's All Me, Benji and Jury. And by the way, y'all, I don't have a lot of critical reviews. I have a few, but majority of my, like a good 90% of my views are 4 and 5 stars. Oh, hold up. Okay, hold up. You see that bitch coming through you? What's the hold up? I'm in that music when I roll up. Let's hold on, and bring the Rosa. Hey, hold up. Okay, hold on. And Amazon, stop taking away like real stuff, cause bitch, we go have to throw some hands. Stop taking away my reviews. They always taking my reviews away. Like, I could really be at a good 100 right now if they wasn't taking away reviews. Like, y'all stop hating. Lord, is y'all mad? Okay, never let a young black girl be great, ever. I have a 2-star review. That's something different. This review says, I don't know. I really couldn't get into this book. It was just okay for me. I consider myself a real reader. Laugh out loud. And I give many books a fresh shot. Not to mention, I am a huge Nicole Jackson fan. So I read anything with her name on it. Team NJ. But I just didn't care for this book. I mean, this is nothing to really respond to because that's her opinion. Okay, sis. On to the next one. This book was too long and drawn out, and I got lost in the story a few times. Sex scenes in this book was okay. Okay, let me tell you something about the length of my story. I'm always going to write long stories. I'm never going to write 200 pages, nothing like that, because I feel like 200 pages is nothing for a book. At least for a standalone. That's, if you give your readers 200 pages, then I feel like you're not even trying. I could write 200 pages in 2 weeks. That's nothing. Like, I feel like I need at least 400 pages, like, because I feel like 100 pages is just the build up. Like I said, I'm always gonna write long books. That's never gonna change, ever. If you're reading a book by Sian Lee, it's between 400 and 600 pages, always. That's what we do over here, okay? And Nicole Jackson presents long books only. Sorry. Alright, this is the last one I'm gonna do. And it's a long one. Like, girl, she had a lot to say. So let's get into this. Let me start by saying I love the first book by this author. So I was super excited to get a glimpse into some of the other characters' lives. But this was a bit of a letdown. It was funny, witty, interesting, well written, charming, and an easy read. Okay, thank you. This doesn't distract you from the issues though. First, there were way too many characters to keep up with. It gave me a headache trying to figure out who was the mother of who was the cousin of who was the brother of who. There was just too many people. Their lives are way too intertwined. I get that they're a family and they're around each other a lot, but if the book is only supposed to be about Jury and Benji, then why am I hearing about everyone else's life? Next, I don't know any 18-year-old in their right mind who would date a man who already has 2 children.
You have your whole life ahead of you. I'm just not sure how a ready-made family fits into a college girl's life. Between the studying and late partying, is that logical? It didn't seem so to me. I'm in college myself, and it just didn't seem realistic at all. They wanted to talk about their feelings. They didn't even really know how they felt. They were really annoying. I was sick of reading about both of them about 50% of the book, and I was just ready for the story to end. There was so much back and forth, so much uncertainty in their feelings, and so much unnecessary drama. It felt like it was just being dragged out. It was excruciating. I gave this 3 stars because I like the author. I hope her follow-ups are better and live up to her immense talent. I'm excited to read more about her in the future, but this just wasn't it. It was like a balloon being filled with hot air and slowly being It was like a balloon being filled with hot air and slowly being deflated. A huge letdown.
Okay, let me get into this. I gotta break this down because she wrote a whole she wrote a whole, like, I really made her mad with this one. So let me just break this down. About there being too many characters. Like you pointed out in this review, baby, it's a family, okay? So if I'm writing a book about anybody related to that family or close to that family is going to be in that book. So if you don't like that, it's just best not to read. It's just best not to read my books. You're going to see them. Sorry. Secondly, about hearing about everyone else's lives. I don't really dive deep into everyone else's lives in this book. Like, I'll give you a little glimpse of other people's situations, but I don't dive into anybody else's storyline because I'm saving that for when I write their book. So I would never give away someone's whole life because it's going to mess with my books in the future. So I don't do that. Just know the difference between seeing someone in a book and hearing about one thing or two things and getting a whole full-blown story about them, because I don't do that. And yeah, the story's about Jory and Benji, but sus, they have friends, they have family, and Benji had kids, so I have to include other people in the book. It can't just be a book it can't just be a 2-character book. Imagine that. That would be excruciating. It's like a 2-man show. No, sorry, there's other characters, there's antagonists. Like, I have to write about other people, have to be in this book. That's just the way books work. About an 18-year-old dating a man with kids. Sister girl, that happens. I'm sorry. Like, I knew girls in high school, girls who were like 15, 16, dating men with kids. I knew girls who were 15 and 16 having their own kids. You know, I'm sorry, but you can have kids when you're younger than 18. So what makes you think that people aren't going to date somebody with kids just because they're in college? What does Benji having kids have to do with Jory going to class during the day and partying at night? Nothing. That's his kids. It's not hers. It don't affect her life that he have kids. At least not significantly. That's his kids. Like, what? I could tell that, you know, that's not something that you would do, but there's other people in the world and they do that, or they would do it. And about them not wanting to express their feelings. Once again, sis, everybody's different, okay? It's some people who are just hard. They don't like being soft. They're not good at expressing themselves. That was Jory and Benji. That's even me sometimes. So, you know, I'm right from that perspective. There's no age on expressing your feelings. Like, okay, it's not like on the day you turn 18, you just become the best at expressing yourself. It don't work like that. I'm sorry that bothered you too. And about the drama. Girl, it's a book. A lot of my critical reviews are about the drama factor. There's too much drama. It's a book. It's my job to keep you entertained. And I could write a sweet, you know, story about that never has any problems. There's no arguments about anything. Everybody's just, you know, gung-ho and happy, holding hands around a campfire, roasting marshmallows. But then it would be boring. Then life is not like that. Life is not all gung-ho and happy all the time. Life has drama. Especially college life. College life is nothing but the drama. Then I write about street life too, and that's nothing but drama. It wouldn't be realistic to write a story where there's no problems in it. And in English class, they teach you about putting conflict in your stories to make it more interesting. I would just advise you to not read anything else by me, because a lot of this stuff ain't changing. So, alright, y'all. That's it for the critical reviews. Woo! That was That was pretty, that last one was pretty intense. But now I want to get into some questions that I had my readers ask me about my books. So the first question is, when is your next book coming out? And when we get an update on Benji and Julie, I love them. Oh, was the book written that it happened during the same time as the other books, or was it after everyone else was already settled? Okay, the first question, when is my book coming out? Soon. And I know I say that a lot, but I really mean it. I really mean very, 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 very soon. Like this month coming out. I'm waiting on edits from Nicole right now, and once I go back over it, then it will be coming out. So soon. The second question, I think she's asking, are the timelines, does it cross over with other books? Yes, it does. Like the other books, this book starts in the fall of 2015 and it goes all the way up until now. So yeah, it crosses over, but it also passes that point too. It passes way past the point of Benji and Jerry's story and Jakeem and Camilla. So yes, will Jemiah have a story, and what will it be about? Jemiah, I could definitely see me writing about Jemiah, because already y'all see she's been through a lot. You know, that would be a fun story to write. I'll probably write about her now, not back then. Like I might touch on that. I definitely will touch on that stuff, of course. But I've written about that time period, like that 2015 through 2016 time period, so much. I'm kind of tired of writing about it. I'm so tired of writing about that. Like, I'm done writing about that. Like, after this book, you probably won't see that time period with the Martells again. So, I'll probably write about Jury in 2017 to, like, 2018. Or probably past that point. Depends on whenever I want to start writing it. But I haven't even thought about what I would write about for Jemiah. But it would definitely include a lot of the stuff that's happened to her. Who will be the next couple that you'll be working on after Daisy and Jigga, or family? I told y'all that I was done writing about the Martells for this up-and-coming book because, I don't know, I'm just tired of writing about them. I need a detox from them. So, I know who I'm writing about. I've already started outlining. I posted visuals too in the group. So, you'll just have to wait and see. But I will tell you this. If you remember Zahara, she had 3 little sisters. One of them is going to be in a story. So, I was going to write about Zuli and Zahara next, but I changed my mind because Zuli is close to the Martells. So, if I write about him, I got to write about the Martells too. And like I said, I need a detox. So, after this book that I'm currently outlining for, I'll probably go to Zuli and Zahara. No, I might do Jakeem and Camilla part 2 after that. But it all depends on how I'm feeling, what ideas come to my head. Then it's a lot of different things, because if I get an idea, I'm gonna have to write about that. So we will see. Okay, y'all, that's all I'm gonna answer for now. Bye.
Told them that I would become the greatest. Muhammad Ali of these bitches, and that can't be debated.